Harris, game 2 of this Western Conference Series as we look at our Gatorade starting lineups. And Paul Westphal of Seattle going back to Vin Baker in the starting lineup tonight in place of Laz Burrell. And it's the familiar starting quintet for the Utah Jazz, headed by Karl Malone, who had 50 points in game 1. And now Stockton says we'll set it up. Usually Jerry Sloan likes to run a backdoor cut as the first play of the game.
Keep that defense honest. Make them work. Always in front of the center.
And a three-point shot by Russell.
Everybody else is going to be inconsequential.
Vin Baker caught the ball right underneath the rim and pounded it home for the first Seattle bucket. 5 to shoot. Stockton, guarded by Williams, penetrates. Russell again for 3 from the same spot. Ryan Russell, 2 for 2 from the three-point arc. Stockton reverses it through. Baseline drive by 38-year-old John Stockton.
Clear sailing to the basket.
Taken away by Stockton. Swiped it. Now gives it to Russell. Back to Polynice for the jam. And Utah opens the game 4 for 4, including a pair of three-pointers. Well, last season, Utah beat Sacramento in game 1 in their opening round series. Had a mental letdown in game 2 and lost it, and it looks like they're intent on not letting that happen tonight. And here's the Sonics break. Williams to Payton. Nice. Back to Williams. Lewis. Rashard Lewis hitting the baseline jumper, and the Sonics on an 8-0 run. They tied the game at 10.
Grant and Rashard Lewis got it. Back cut, John Stockton.
He lays it in from Hornacek.
Class of 98.
Paul Westphal saying a player just waiting for a chance. Karl Malone hits his first bucket of the game.
Amazing for John Stockton at 38 years old that this guy is still as quick as anybody, which just lends credence to the concept that quickness is a mental skill, not a physical skill.
Hornacek penetrating.
Vin Baker going on the offensive side, just like that dunk. He feels it.
The offensive rebounds that went to Seattle in the first half of game 1, 14 of them are now going to the Utah Jazz. And the layup always there for John Stockton.
Easy rebound for Karl. 3-on-2 break Utah. Isley, Stockton, Malone. Got it.
Thought. 7 on the shot clock. Make them play your game. That's what Gary Payton is trying to do. More turnovers.
Payton just lost that one. Unforced error as the shot clock was ticking down. Russell runs the floor, beats Lewis to the goal, gets it to Malone for the easy 2.
On Turner, they are going to be pumped up. Led by Pat Probst.
Karl Malone sinks at the end of the first quarter at the Delta Center. Utah Jazz 25, Seattle Sonics 19. Turnovers, no assists so far for Gary Payton, who has only 2 points as well. Ostertag for the jam.
It looked like Wilt Chamberlain there.
17-footer Howard Isley won't go. Ostertag goes to the court. Payton had it stripped from behind by Gilliam, and Ostertag just waiting for the throwdown. Baker to Payton. Payton against Vaughn. Spinning over Gilliam to score. Pretty Gary Payton spin move.
Growing up watching Gary Payton dominate the Pac-10 at Oregon State that led him to go to Undefeated.
Isley uses the screen to nail the three-pointer, his first basket of the game. Turnover, Baker lost it, but then Williams got it right back. Payton for 3. Big bucket by Gary Payton.
Well, Gary led the NBA in three-pointers this year.
Yeah.
How much fun it would be to play with John Stockton.
Here's his three-point attempt. John Stockton now with 10 points.
Never have to regain your balance after an errant pass with Stockton.
There's the penetration again. Isley launches a 3. And Karl Malone is getting set to return to action.
A swing pass.
Russell. And Utah continues to shoot lights out here in the first half. They have their biggest lead. They're up 46-32. Timeout, Sonics. Still in search of that title at 38 years old. Russell.
Ones who have come out sharper with more aggressiveness, and when you play like that, you get the call. Back cut, Karl Malone.
From Isley. No game 2 letdown tonight from the Stockton. Here's Russell. All you can do is laugh at that one. Malone sets the screen. Russell back to Stockton for 3. And at the end of the first half, the Jazz leading the Sonics by 17, 57-40, bidding to take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 series. AT&T halftime report is coming up.
We must, in all honesty, give credit to Charles here, because you've been all over it tonight. Because he said Charlotte would come back and beat Philadelphia. He said Paul Westphal would change his starting lineup.
I'm mad at that as well.
He said Brian Russell needed to have a big game for Utah tonight.
I love you, Jet. I'm mad at him right now. He's 3 for 3. The newcomer, he's got the newcomer's easy jinx where you come in and everything goes right.
I remember that. I remember when you had...
The Jazz lost nothing off their lead due to that good bench production.
Well, the team Utah that rare. Oh, nice drive, Karl Malone.
As usual is right for Utah. They take right up in the third quarter where they left off in the
beautiful pass.
Russell lays it in from John Stockton.
This is not a perfect Seattle team by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they don't really have a true center. Horace Grant has seen better days. Vin Baker, so many problems. We don't have enough time in the telecast to go through those.
Thinking, by the way, of that report that he was being treated for depression. He told us before the game as Hornacek hits the 3 that
using his body to absorb the contact and draw defenders, freeing up John Stockton on the back cut.
Grant in his face, and it doesn't matter because Karl's able to shoot over him with the fall away, and he hits that such a high percentage of the time. That's why virtually no one can defend Karl Malone. Time.
The mother of the mailman, Shirley Malone, joining me now. And Shirley, your boy didn't have too bad of a game Saturday.
Oh, he could have did better. He should have had 6.
I got to ask you, was the haircut your idea?
No, that's something he did. He said he was going to keep it like that until they win.
You got to be impressed with the way he's played this year. He's had just a tremendous year as well as the rest of the team.
Oh, yes, I have. I really have.
It's got to be fun to follow him.
Right.
It's good to have you here in Utah. No chance of you moving here, is there?
Oh, no. I'm a country girl.
Good to see you, Shirley. Back to you, Tom.
Stockton. Game 2 tomorrow night at 9:30. And that
the coach of Phoenix had instilled a great defensive philosophy for the Suns, but I didn't think it was that great where they could hold the world champions to 70 points on their home court.
Stockton again.
Olden Polynice is celebrating as if he's already gone to heaven. But with Utah just
all you can do is laugh, folks. It's that kind of show from the Utah Jazz.
Legendary center from the greatest program in history of college basketball. Beautiful pass.
And the percentage, 64%, is going up. Malone to Stockton as they reverse roles. The #1 field goal percentage shooter as Payton launches and hits a 3.
Everything going right for the Utah Jazz.
This is one of the highlights of the season.
Along the baseline, just stumbling forward. Why not? Deep check.
When you're closing out your career, you get these kind of shots.
Well, Patterson gets away with a traveling violation.
And a steal. Isley. Stockton, the touch. And a bucket to Malone.
Can you make trades or sign free agents during the third quarter of the second game in the playoffs?
I thought
to Miami, then Chicago. And
Malone, ball fake. Grant.
But what has allowed Karl Malone to keep it going? Again, the skill development. The 22 points tonight. He's made his last 10 shot attempts. But the footwork, you see the jab step. And that's Michael Jordan. That's what Tim Duncan has. That's the difference right there, Karl Malone and Vin Baker. Who's in shape and who's not.
Stockton goes glass. At the end of 3 in game 2, the Jazz leading 86-59.
Down to 6 or 7 late in the 3rd, early 4th.
Brian Russell.
Nice pass, Jacques Vaughn.
Gilliam wide open. Nails the baseline jumper, and the Utah bench continues the onslaught. We're in a time warp here, I believe. A playoff time warp. Isley for 3.
Paul Westphal has sat down. Olden Polynice is waving them goodbye.
Lewis for 3. Line drive shot for Rashard Lewis. Gary Payton watching from the Seattle bench.
I like the new playoff format of stretching out this first round.
3-pointer by Foster of Seattle.
Feed up and watch 2 basketball games in 11 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday.
Isley for 3. Williams, nice dish on the fast break, and then
just missed.
One of the uglier shots from Burrell. A commanding Game 2 victory by the Utah Jazz, who are hitting on all cylinders tonight, led by John Stockton, Karl Malone, the 2 wily veterans. It was a team effort, and right now Todd Harris is with John Stockton. Todd?
Well, John, tremendous game for the entire team tonight, especially you. But you guys are trying to send a message. You've had some letdowns in the past in Game 2, but not tonight.
I don't think there's any messages to be sent. We're just trying to win a ball game, and we take one game at a time and just try to play our best on that given night.
21 points for you, 11 assists. You really held Gary Payton in check as much as you can tonight. Was that kind of the plan going into it?
No, I don't know that you can hold him in check. He either makes or misses the shots. You have to work hard, but he's a super player. It's a heck of he's a handful.
After a blowout like tonight, do you go in with a killer instinct and you go up to Seattle and close this thing out?
Well, we just want to go out and play our best game. We go up there and play as well as we can play, then we'll walk out with our heads up either way. Obviously, we'd like to play as few games as possible. We like to win it, and if we can do it, then that would be the best option, obviously.
Thanks for your time, John. We'll see you in Seattle. Back to you, Tom.
All right. So for Todd Harris, Bill Walton, the rest of our crew, Tom Hammond saying so long from Salt Lake City. We'll go to Ernie Johnson in our studio in Atlanta right after this break.